Hello, everyone. This is your girl, Nika Cherrelle, coming to you with an ItCast special feature. This is ItCast, a call to action, take back the future. We're going to discuss in this episode some of the conversations around politics right now with this election coming up and really ways that you can empower yourself and support yourself in moving towards a better tomorrow. So please stick around and check out all the things that I have to share with you. And let's go ahead and dive right in. During shelter in place, the San Francisco AIDS Foundation is able to provide on-site clinical care for anyone with symptoms of sexually transmitted infection or who might have had exposure to HIV. SFAF is also hosting social events and activities for our queer and trans family Monday through Friday. Check out the schedule at StrutSF. That's facebook.com/STRUTSF. So first off, because this is the ItCast Real Talk on Sex, I want to address the fact that there is a lot to address in the arenas of sexuality and politics. Yes, historically, there's a lot to say. There's a lot we're still fighting for. Women's rights to gender equality, policing and regulation of the body. Those are all regular conversations. And the fact that there are places right now today in America where a woman cannot get the reproductive care services that she needs is outright ridiculous. We've targeted Planned Parenthood. We've targeted so many organizations that do a lot of good for us here in the US and honestly on the planet. So really, looking at this conversation from all angles, I could go deep on that one. And I'm going to be straight, that's not what this conversation is about. This conversation is about really focusing on where we're going, not where we've been. Where we are going in the next 20, 40, 60, 100 years. We determine that with the actions that we choose today. We really do have to think about the fact that our current political climate, this is something that was created in the 50s and 60s. We've been in the same conversation for the past 70 years, looking at racism, education rights, sexuality, and regulations around that. Voter suppression, segregation still exists in all across this vast and beautiful land. Like, we are not united. We have a conversation that we're united because we're butted up against each other. But there are so many places where if it's not racial segregation or political segregation, it's financial segregation and so much more. So really looking at the fact that these are things that were hot button issues during the civil rights movement. These were hot button issues during the 60s and the 70s, and really like transforming the way that we relate to each other and these laws around the body. And they're still in conversation today. We're in a feedback loop. We are in a consistent feedback loop that we have yet to get out of. We've made no progress. So I want to talk about what it actually means to take back the future, right? So to be completely straight, what we create today will impact the next 50 to 100 years. Consider that prohibition happened 100 years ago. The civil rights movement ended just over 50 years ago. And our current political views didn't begin to form until the 60s. So looking at that, we need to stop whining about who is in office, and we need to start making actions. We need to start stepping up. Go out and vote. Go vote. We sit around and we talk about how the politicians aren't doing anything, and they sit around, or all the things that they're doing are against us. And we have to be mindful that politicians are figureheads. They are in office to move things along and do the reading and the research that we may not do on a day-to-day basis, but we need to utilize them. We really need to utilize them for the people out there who are stepping up, taking the actions, going to vote, making a difference. Like, they're shaping the life, the future that they want to see for their kids. So what future do we want to see? All of us. Where are you standing? This is not the time to sit. This is the time to take a stand and do something. Take action. Go vote, educate yourself, activate your community in healthy and positive ways, speak out. We can't get tired. We really can't get tired. I want to shift a little bit and talk about like the heroes of the past. And then I say it like that because, you know, these are people that we have built monuments to. We've got national holidays for Martin Luther King, Malcolm X. We got some people that don't pop up every day, Huey P. You know, there's so many places and so many opportunities to celebrate the people who stood and made a difference during those conversations, because they really did shape the lives we have right now. They really did. You know, consider that now we get to shape what's coming. You know, rest in peace, RBG, but thank God for AOC, because we have to move forward now. We have to move forward. Yes, we can be upset about what happened for the last 4 years. We could be upset about what happened before then. But get that, like, your vote is not going to change tomorrow, as in 24 hours from now. It's not going to make that big a difference in this immediate moment. Yeah, we'll see some things. They'll evolve over time. But unless we continue to build and build and build on top of what we built, it will be systemically dismantled. We've seen it happen time and time again. Systems are put in place, and then systems come and counteract and break them down. And unless you're paying attention to keeping what you've built protected, secure, legit, moving, it just gets broken down by the opposite viewpoint. I want to talk about opposing viewpoints too. One of the things that we don't spend enough time considering is how alike we are. We're all in this conversation, arguing, talking, discussing things that are actually synonymous. It's like we all want to have a safe place for our family. We want happiness. We want love. We want, you know, we want to be taken care of financially. We've got these same agendas, and we've got different ways of approaching them because our value systems may be a little different. Our skin tone may be a little different. You know, our religious background. Like, there's all these things that we can continue to put up to segregate ourselves, or we could actually spend time getting to know each other as people, not as stereotypes, not as identities, you know, archetypes, you know, being made judgments from on the outside, but really stopping and tapping into who are you in your humanity. There are people who look exactly like me that I have nothing in common with. And people looking at us, you know, from across the street might think that we are exactly the same, and we're not. I know that I do it. I know 100% hands down that I do it. And I'm sure that it's just a part of our nature. It's programmed into us. And it's okay to be okay with that. The other thing is, it's okay to not be okay. We're in a pandemic. Times are tense right now. We're sitting here, you know, in America with the social justice conversation and all these things happening. And it's like, can it actually get any worse? And you really don't want to ask that question. Not a question you want to ask. And, you know, we sorry, y'all. We have to, you know, we have to really consider what we can take control of, because it's not about these circumstances. It's not about what this looks like from the outside. We're still here. Time is still going forward. Um, so thank you to all of the heroes of yesteryear. Thank you for all of the conversations and all of the things that brought us to this moment right now. It's time to let go of the opposing viewpoints and to really get this conversation around what we can build. What does allyship look like? What does it look like to move away from this us versus them strategy? There's so many people left out of that conversation. I'm gonna get back on point though. In this call to action, seriously, education is one of the biggest things that people don't actually spend time doing. I didn't know a lot about the political system. I didn't understand how it worked for many years. And it's taken me probably 3 voting rounds to really kind of understand how much I don't understand. So educate yourself. Educate yourself not only about how to vote in your area, what voting looks like, what it means, but also what's going on globally. You know, like we do have it pretty damn good here. And there's more happening out there in the world that like allows us to see what that looks like and what it doesn't. Let's stop trying to go back to the past. Let's stop it. You know, it's like we know, sorry, the people of the past knew what they were doing when they were building the future that we're living in today. And the people in office right now know it too. No matter whether they agree with whether you agree with their viewpoints or not, they know it. The people back then knew it. We need to know it too. So know how important it is for you to say something, for you to do something, for you to be educated, for you to continue having these conversations, speaking out, letting people know, talking to your children, talking to your families, talking to your friends, even if it's uncomfortable, it's okay. It is okay. So we cannot sit down. This is not the time to get complacent. This is not the time to get comfortable. When we sit down, when we take a minute, take a pause, take a beat, more people die. More people stay in jail. More people get deported. More people suffer at the hands of complacency than any other thing going on right now because, oh, you know, that thing happened a few months ago and it didn't happen today, so I'm not going to be upset about it. I'm not saying storm the streets, go riot. No, I'm saying go vote, educate yourself, educate your children, learn about the people around you, learn about your community, learn about your greater community so that you actually know how to shape the future that we're all living into. When we get comfortable, our rights slip away little by little and just trickle on back to some form of yesteryear. That's why we're in this feedback loop. Yes, we've got it good right now. We had it good for a long time. And there are things that we had that we don't have because we didn't stand for them. And I'm not blaming anybody because, to be honest, maybe we didn't know how. But utilize the people that you do respect in office. I don't care if it's your alderman, your councilman, your mayor, or your senator. I don't care who it is. Find those people that you're like, you know what? They are saying what I want to hear more of. Get out there, support them, write to them. You know, let them know what's important to you because that is how you make a difference. This election, this happens once every 4 years, and this is not the most important one. This is the biggest one. This is the Super Bowl. We had to do a lot to get here. We had to do a lot to get here. And we had to ignore a lot to get here. So we can't let more people die. at the hands of police brutality. We can't let more people go by silently being abused, being separated from their families. We can't let more people suffer. We have to continue to build the future we want to see. It's not clickbait. It's not a documentary. It's not time to, look at all the conspiracies. Get out there and start actually putting some things in action. The future is not set in stone. You can build it right now. Take back the future. Take a stand. Go vote. Thank you for your time, everyone. It's been a pleasure being with you today. I gotta go vote right now. Oh no. P.S. P.S. Show us your I voted sticker after you vote by next Tuesday, November 3rd, and get special deals and discounts from Nika Cherrelles. Pop on your sticker, post a picture on Instagram, follow us and put at Nika Cherrelles, and we'll hook you up with some special offers and deals. Thank you so much. Love you. Appreciate your time. Now, get out there or get in there. Fill out your paperwork. Talk to you soon.